बहुत हुई बहस, अब संवाद होगा।
और लगता है अब जुडिशरी भी किसी हद तक डिवाइड हो गई है।
फैक्ट्स होंगे।
अब फिस्कल डेफिसिट कोरोना के बाद भारत का बढ़कर हो गया था 9%।
सच होगा।
तब से वहाँ पे तालिबान का शासन है।
सवाल होंगे।
साइंस क्या होती है मेंटलिज्म के पीछे?
सवालों के जवाब होंगे।
Hello and welcome. My name is Zaffar Iqbal and you are watching the Mojo Story. Former Prime Minister of Pakistan and chairman of the PTI party in Pakistan has been arrested. He has been arrested from the Islamabad court complex. There you can see on those visuals. These are rangers of Pakistan. They are not a police force. They are rangers. Basically, they are a paramilitary force. They are taking him away from the court complex, the High Court complex. He had gone there for a court hearing that pertained to a case where it said that he in fact put out certain allegations against senior officials of the security forces and the army. But here you can see those are dramatic visuals. Imran Khan, who was on a wheelchair, had gone to the court complex on a wheelchair, then physically moved from taken away. Now he'd gone into that room for doing his biometric before going for the court hearing. But even before he could enter the court, he has been moved away. Now this is very significant. Former Prime Minister Imran Khan was removed from power in a vote of no confidence more than a year ago. And since then, he has been extremely critical of the present regime and the establishment in Pakistan. And he has been giving speech almost on a daily basis. And he had actually indicated that there is a possibility that he could be arrested. And that's precisely what has happened. You can see all those soldiers climbing up onto that vehicle. This is Imran Khan's vehicle. Look at the way that he's being moved away in that circle. You can see that he's being taken away. There are many people who are just taking him away. There were also his lawyers and supporters. They had a scuffle with the police, with the rangers who were present there, and in that scuffle, some people have sustained injuries. His lawyers and some of his security guards. So this is the situation in Pakistan. We're joined by Muhammad Ahmed Pansotta, who's a political analyst and also a lawyer who has been representing PTI. Welcome to the show, Pansotta Saab. The point that we are making is that it was inevitable. This was going to happen. There were so many cases slapped on Imran Khan, more than 150 cases. And Imran Khan had been indicating that in one case or the other, he will be arrested. This is all a part of a complex thing that's happening in Pakistan. The elections, the Supreme Court, the establishment, the government, which does not heed to Supreme Court directions. So it was everybody was saying who will blink first. Do you think that's happened now? Imran Khan has been arrested.
I can comment on you're right as far as it becoming imminent. It had become imminent since a long time because they were looking for Imran Khan like anything. And in doing so, they had made about 150 odd cases. But you see, Imran Khan was trying his level best to keep it very legal. He sort of availed all the legal remedies that were available to him. And even today, he was there to get his pre-arrest bails confirmed in a few cases. So once he was there, you see, now this is something very interesting that has happened. First of all, he has been arrested by Rangers, which is essentially a paramilitary force and usually not responsible for arresting people. They are summoned, they can be called by the Interior Ministry, but they're not responsible for arresting people like that. So if it had to be done, it should have been done through the Islamabad police, first of all, and you see, government was supposed to carry out the orders, if at all there were any orders. Secondly, there is a convention. This is how it happens, not only in Pakistan, all over the world, even in India, that once you're at the court premises, you're not arrested like that, especially when you're already submitting yourself to the mercy of the court in a few FIRs, and then you don't surreptitiously just show up and start arresting. And he's not an ordinary man. He's the ex-prime minister of this country. I'm sure if there was a valid notice and the notice had been some served upon him, he would have appeared before the National Accountability Bureau as well, or at least would have availed his legal remedies. But then arresting somebody who's already on the wheelchair, who's not medically not fit at the moment, and then almost literally dragging him and putting him in a vehicle, I don't think so. These are good scenes, especially for the democracy. Secondly, if you treat the ex-prime minister like that in a country like Pakistan, then what do you expect for the normal general public? What should they be expecting from the might of law, and how do they expect to get justice? So I think these scenes will haunt whosoever has done this for probably years to come. And I'm expecting Islamabad High Court to intervene and take strong action.
Yes, that's why I wanted to ask you that reports are coming in from Pakistan that Chief Justice of the Islamabad High Court has taken notice of this. He has asked the concerned people to come to the court in just a matter of 15 minutes, and he has asked them that on whose behest he has been taken away and in which case. Now, here would like to mention that the case that's being referred to is Al Qadriya Trust, which is a university. It is not a case pertaining to Tosha Khana or pertaining to prohibited funding, which are the cases where Imran Khan was more likely to be arrested in the past, but it's a completely different case. And he had gone to court for a hearing where he has been critical of establishment and some officers of the Pakistani army. In that connection, he had gone to the court. So this is an entirely different case.
Yes, you're right. This is a case that apparently, or this is what has been informed from the National Accountability Bureau side, that on the 1st of May, apparently some notices were issued or arrest warrant had been served upon Imran Khan, which of course he never got, because if he had access to these warrants or these notices, he would have appeared before the National Accountability Bureau, or alternatively must have availed his legal options. You see, the problem is, if it has come down to such frivolous cases, and if it has come down to proving that Imran Khan is going to be booked under terrorism charges, I mean, like, if I start telling you about the nature of the cases against him, it is a joke and mockery of the legal system. If there was any case that was sustainable or that was capable of going forward, things would have been different. But you see, you got even cases against the leadership of PTI, where they were conducting a press conference on the main canal road, and suddenly they said the flow of the traffic was disturbed, and they were booked under the anti-terrorism law. So this is clearly abuse of process. This is abuse of authority. And I think what essentially it proves is, I don't know what happens next, but certainly one thing is sure, that Imran Khan's popularity is going to skyrocket, because even if, let's say, we was, for the sake of argument, being the devil's advocate, why would you arrest him at such a situation and make him that popular? Secondly, Chief Justice Islamabad High Court was already in process of hearing the cases, and the cases are about to be transferred to him, because he was trying to get his biometric done. That's the process that precedes filing of the pre-arrest bail petitions. So when he found out, he was surprised to the core that you have not only arrested him, which is obviously not the biggest of concerns for him, but the biggest of concerns is that you've blown the entire building. The glasses have been broken, window shields have been broken, lawyers have been tortured, and there is a massive attack on the lawyers as well. So he was asking that what was the need to do all of this? Why could you not resort to civility? And he has, in doing so, he has summoned the Secretary Interior, IG Islamabad, and a few other officials to come and explain. And he's also expressed his view very clearly that if these people don't turn up and give me a plausible justification, then I will summon the Prime Minister of this country, which is not far away from Islamabad.
Pansotta Saab, the government does not care what Supreme Court says. Supreme Court says conduct election. The government does not conduct elections. So what difference does it make if the judge asks that what authority he has on the ground? But before you answer that, we want to play that sound bite of Imran Khan just before he went to the court complex. He has been critical of establishment, particularly an officer of the ISI, which he again mentioned today. Let's play that sound bite.
Thank you. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. इस्लामाबाद के लिए निकल रहा हूँ, फिर से मेरी अदालत में पेशियां हैं। निकलने से पहले दो बातें करना चाहता हूँ। सबसे पहले ISPR ने बयान दिया है कि इदारे की तौहीन कर दी, फौज की तौहीन कर दी, कि एक ऑफिसर का नाम ले दिया, इंटेलिजेंस ऑफिसर का, जिसने 2 दफ़ा मुझे कत्ल करने की कोशिश की। ISPR साहब, ज़रा मेरी गौर से बात सुनो। इज्जत सिर्फ एक इदारे की नहीं है, इज्जत कौम में हर शहरी की होनी चाहिए। इस वक्त कौम की सबसे बड़ी पार्टी का सरबराह हूँ। 50 साल से कौम मुझे जानती है, मुझे कोई झूठ बोलने की जरूरत नहीं है। इस आदमी ने 2 दफा मुझे कत्ल करने की कोशिश की, और जब भी इन्वेस्टिगेशन होगी मैं ये साबित करूंगा कि ये वो आदमी था, और इसके साथ एक पूरा टोला है। और इसके साथ कौन है वो भी सब कौम को पता है। आज सोशल मीडिया के जमाने में सबको पता है वो कौन है। सवाल मेरा ये है कि क्या एक मुल्क का एक्स प्राइम मिनिस्टर, क्योंकि इस आदमी का नाम आ गया, मैं अपना FIR नहीं कटवा सका? पता तो सच और झूठ तब चले जब इन्वेस्टिगेशन होती, FIR इसके खिलाफ होती, इन्वेस्टिगेशन होती। अगर ये बेकसूर था, सामने आ जाना था। इतना ताकतवर शख्सियत कि मैं एक्स प्राइम मिनिस्टर, अपनी पंजाब की हुकूमत होते हुए हम इन्वेस्टिगेशन FIR में इसका नाम नहीं दे सके। उसके बाद पंजाब की हुकूमत की JIT, 2 पुलिस ऑफिसर ने जिन्होंने इसके कहने पे रिकॉर्ड किया था उसकी स्टेटमेंट्स, नवीद शूटर की, हम 2 ऑफिसर जो रिकॉर्ड किए थे, पंजाब के पुलिस ऑफिसर DPO गुजरात और CCPO CTD, उन्होंने हमारी इन्वेस्टिगेशन के अंदर आने से मना कर दिया। कौन था पीछे? कौन इतना ताकतवर था? उसके बाद जब इन्वेस्टिगेशन में यह साबित हो गया कि 3 शूटर थे, जब JIT में साबित हो गया कि तीन शूटर जिन्होंने गोलियां चलाई, बनिस्बत जो इनका प्रोपेगेंडा था कि सिर्फ एक दिन ही इंतहा पसंद था, JIT को सैबोटाज किया गया। 4 CTD के लोगों ने अपनी स्टेटमेंट चेंज की। प्रोसिक्यूटर जनरल ने इन्वेस्टिगेट किया, उसने कहा उनके खिलाफ कार्रवाई होनी चाहिए 4, क्योंकि उन्होंने सैबोटाज करने की कोशिश की। कौन था उनके पीछे? कौन इतना ताकतवर था? और उसके बाद जुडिशल कॉम्प्लेक्स, मैं साबित करूंगा कि ISI ने सारी एक रात पहले उसको टेक ओवर किया। साबित करूंगा कि CTD के कपड़ों के अंदर और वकला के कपड़ों के अंदर ISI थी वहां। साबित करूंगा कि एक ब्रिगेडियर बैठा हुआ था वहां, मुझे नाम भी उसका बताऊंगा, जो सारा मॉनिटर कर रहा था। क्या काम था ISI का वहां? साबित करूंगा कि उन्होंने मुझे कत्ल करने के लिए, और पीछे यही आदमी था। इसी आदमी का नाम और इन जो टोला था उनका नाम अरशद शरीफ की वालदा ने अरशद शरीफ के कत्ल पे लिखा। कोई इन्वेस्टिगेशन नहीं हुई, कोई किसी की जुर्रत नहीं थी कि आगे बढ़े, क्योंकि ये मुकद्दस गाय हैं, कानून से ऊपर हैं। ISPR साहेब, जब एक इदारा अपनी काली भेड़ों के खिलाफ एक्शन लेता है, वो अपनी क्रेडिबिलिटी बेहतर करता है। एक जो इदारा करप्ट लोगों को, 2 नंबर लोगों को पकड़ता है, वो इदारा मजबूत होता है।
Right. You heard dear Imran Khan clearly. He had an idea that he could be arrested, and he gave that statement before going to the court complex. He's clearly directing his anger towards the establishment, particularly one officer, a general of Pakistani Army and the ISI. He says that he is involved in the previous attacks on him, and if there was no involvement, why was, according to him, a joint investigation on those cases sabotage, which he claims they have been sabotaged and closed. So Imran Khan, just before going to the court complex, made that statement, and now he's been arrested. Pansotta Saab, in the past, there were many occasions when Imran Khan said that there is a possibility that he could be arrested. Whenever police went to his house, they sort of did it, but there were his supporters who never allowed that to happen. But Imran Khan has been insisting that he could take part in these court hearings online, but that was never allowed. And that was an opportunity when he went to the court complex for the security agencies to take him away. It was not happening when he was in his residence. So do you see a plan here being executed? He was denied online here opportunity to appear in those cases, and now when he goes to the court complex, he's taken away.
Well, I totally sort of agree with you that the plan here seemed to be that they wanted to arrest him at any cost. Now, as we are speaking to each other, I think a medical board has also been constituted, and they're medically examining him as well. You see, he's not got one enemy. What he said in his speech, that's his personal opinion, and of course, he is entitled to his own opinion. But his real issue at the moment are the executioners being the government itself, because at the moment these cases are being made by the government. National Accountability Bureau, apparently National Accountability Bureau is supposed to be independent and I don't know, not controlled by anybody. But here the only interest that I could see was arresting him, so they can, of course, I don't know, do what to him. And I hope he remains safe, because not only is he a most important leader, but he's also one of the most important celebrated persons in Pakistan, and we're all very proud of him. So I believe the sole interest seemed to be arresting him, and they've managed to do that. Now let's see how long can they continue that, because once a person is arrested, you know how things are done in custody, and we've already had examples of people from his party where people were taken into custody, and all sorts of things were done to them. So I hope and I pray that he's not tortured, he's not kept in a way which law doesn't permit, and he's treated with dignity, because that's what the Constitution protects as well. And even otherwise, he's entitled to that.
Right. Before we wrap up, one last question. What happens here on? We've seen charged atmosphere on the roads, his supporters coming out in the past. How do you foresee the situation developing on the streets of Pakistan?
Well, I'm in Lahore at the moment, and I'm sitting in my office. I was about to leave for Islamabad, but I've just found out that things are slightly, getting a little itchy here in Pakistan, because people are on the streets, and in Lahore, people have also come out on the streets. His residence is not far away from where I'm sitting, Zaman Park. People are also gathering there, then in Islamabad as well. So I hope it is settled and it does not become a chaotic situation, because whenever it becomes chaotic, some third power takes benefit of that. So I hope better sense prevails, and maybe very soon, sooner than later, something is done.
Right, and the news is just spreading, so a lot of people would just be tuning into their TVs and to other sort of news devices to get to know that Imran Khan has been arrested. But clearly, before we wrap up our show, one last recap that Imran Khan, former Prime Minister of Pakistan and the chairman of PTI, has been arrested from Islamabad. He went to the Islamabad court complex, the High Court complex, where from he was arrested in a case which pertains to Al Qadriya Trust, which is some sort of a university. It is not a case that pertains to Toshakhana or prohibited funding. He had gone to the court in connection with a hearing about his being critical of establishment and senior army officials, but there you can see he's been taken away and arrested. The Chief Justice of Islamabad has taken strong note of it, and he has asked the authorities to give him details in 15 minutes that who ordered his arrest and how did it happen. But many people got injured in that scuffle when he was moved away. Imran Khan had gone on a wheelchair. Here's the problem in his leg, but you can see there were injuries. Lawyers were injured. Some of his security guards were injured. Now it remains to be seen how the situation develops on the streets in Pakistan. Imran Khan commands a great popularity since he was ousted from power in a vote of no confidence more than a year ago. And there were many occasions when it was thought that he will be arrested, and many such efforts were made in the past, but now finally it has happened. We have to wait and watch how the situation develops in Pakistan. But Ahmed Pansotta, for now, thanks for joining. That's all we have on this special broadcast pertaining to the arrest of former Prime Minister of Pakistan, Imran Khan.
It's great to see you here. Thank you for watching our work. If you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to click the bell icon and subscribe to Mojo Story and support independent, robust journalism.